Setting up your AFC World Cup hydro with the water jet system is really similar to the dry system if you've watched that video. You're going to plug your power source in. You're going to run your cable underneath between your rear vices and around your external and plug your power in. Again, make sure the machine is off. The dial gets locked into place. Then you're going to take from down below where I put my vacuum attachment. Here with this water jet system, we use only the Kircher Pussy 8-1. This one works well with the external water injection. You'll then plug your vac in deep, and then the water is a quick connect onto the water valve itself. Then you can install the magnetic cover. This gives the separate little compartment in here for the water to stay localized there. Lastly, I take the power cord and connect it with the Velcro straps just to keep everything moving as one piece. It just keeps it cleaner. You want to make sure you leave a little slack here. And the second one. I only do this in about the first 2 feet or so of the cords. The rest I let loose. Then you can take your machine and put it in your stand. I also mount the vacuum to my vise just to keep the least amount of vacuum hose around on the floor. And that's what you need to set up your AFC World Cup hydro with the water jet system. Okay. Now you're ready to tune with your AFC World Cup hydro with the water jet system. You're going to start, of course, with a well-lit area with all your safety equipment that you need. First of all, true safety glasses. Simple painter's mask is enough for ventilation protection. Then you're going to start on the ski. Before you start to grind the ski, or whether you're even doing this with normal filing, you first need to pull back the sidewall and make sure that that's out of the way. The first step is I use 2 tools. One is the SKS tool. This is for the actual sidewall part, or what I call the bumper, the piece just above the aluminum. I run that, and you just peel this sidewall away to get that out of the way. I usually set this at about the max at 6 degrees, so I really get that angle over. Not a lot of pressure is needed. The second tool I use is the new Snow Glide push-off tool, and this is just a round bit to just take care of the aluminum layer just above the edge. Now this is different than what you're used to for sidewall removal tools. This is not a pull tool, it's a push. That's why it's called the push-off. There's a height adjustment with the bearing and an in-out adjustment for the cutter itself. You want to set that so it's basically just on the aluminum and there's not a lot of pressure. You're going to start on one end, and with light pressure, this is just pushing. You're going to take away that aluminum layer. Now the aluminum layer and the sidewall material are out of the way. Now you can actually start tuning. I use a little Scotch-Brite if you want to clean up your sidewalls. It's a nice little touch. Okay, to tune with the Snow Glide, we put the ski upright as if you're waxing. I like to take my 2 end pieces and bump them up a little higher so that I have to push the ski slightly down to be able to lock the ski in to keep it from maneuvering within the vices itself. This way it stays solid and you're not going to have any issues. You're ready to grab your machine here. This AFC World Cup hydro is hooked up to the vacuum cleaner with a water system. Your water system's plugged in here. In order for the water to run, you need to turn on both switches on your vacuum. The pro tip here is to use the foot pedal. This way you can actuate it without having to click both of those switches down below. Once you're ready, you want to set the machine on the ski and make sure with the new roller bearings that you just have a smooth glide here. Once you're set there, you can position in the front as you're ready and fire up the machine. Now the water will be running through the little jet down here. You can roll into your spot. You can see the water running here. The vacuum pulls most of the water out. Disengage. You can take another pass. Again, make sure it rolls clean, then lightly engage. Turn off the machine, turn off the vac, and the water will stop flowing as the vac is turned off. You can see here that we had some water buildup in the guard, but you can also see there's very little water on the ski itself. So you can just dry off the water that's on the base. Most of that water is on the base. The vacuum actually takes most of the water. And now to finish the edge, all you want to do, dry it off a quick one. So once you're set, you want to finish with a fine ceramic stone. A lot of people use diamond stones. With the Snow Glide, you have such a clean edge to start with that you don't need to use diamond stones. We use just a really fine ceramic stone. These are made by Spyderco. They usually come in a double-sided one with a little rougher. We prefer the white one. You can also get the white one just as it is. I usually break the long ones in half to work with a smaller piece of stone. Now you're literally going to take that and just place it on the base edge and run one pass tip to tail lightly, and then lay it on the top and just let it float and run it tip to tail. Now you can see you have a really clean edge this way, but sharp race ready edge this way. Then you want to finish the other side. You do tune always left to right. So you turn the ski over, you're going to run the other edge from the tail to the tip. But same procedure. Vacuum. Make sure it rolls clean. Set yourself in place. About 10 seconds to 15 seconds for a pass. Once you finish up, you can turn off the machine. The foot pedal is the nice pro trick. It makes life a lot easier. You don't have to reach underneath. Dry off the little bit of water that's left. And then repeat the final finishing steps with the ceramic stone. Light pass on the base edge. Just let it float on the top edge. Gummy your tips and tails where you like them, personal preference. And the last little piece, just run the paper towel from tip to tail. Now you've got one ski, you got one more to do, and maybe the rest of your quiver. Good luck at the races.